All right, high school basketball in Newport News, Virginia. It is Denbigh versus Heritage in girls basketball. Hi again, everybody. I'm Greg Bicaveras. Glad you're with us, along with Jordan Motley. And we're being interrupted on live TV, but that's okay. Jordan, when you talk about these two teams, should be an exciting game tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Denbigh is here looking for the upset, and Heritage is trying to defend their house.
Very good. All right, let's get to the court. Sorry for the interruption, folks, but we were interrupted during the live broadcast, but that's okay. That's what happens. And they're doing the introductions right now before we get started. That's live TV, right? People don't know whether we're on live TV or not. They just come in randomly, just get in front of the camera.
Well, I guess they're so used to being recorded and not being live, I guess.
All right, Heritage and Denbigh. We'll wait for the PA announcer to finish. All right, the officials tonight, Alexander Askew, Buffet, and Fox. Denbigh versus Heritage. Denbigh's head coach, James Riddick. Of course, Heritage, coached by Coach Talon Lanika. Of course, we saw the Heritage game recently against Woodside. Glad you're with us at Heritage High School in Newport News. Greg Bicaveras along with Jordan Motley. All right, let's take a look at Fazoli's. They feed our crew, let them feed you. And on Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, they also have a location in Chesapeake. Thank you, Michelle, for all your hospitality. All right, Nate Milton will join us in the second quarter. Nate is here. Jordan is here. We're all here. Denbigh in the red. Heritage in the white. All right, excited girls basketball live right here on Cox Cable 47-517 and NMPSTV.com. Let's get started. Right now, it's anybody's game.
Yep.
Should be fun. 8-minute quarters. Here we go. Here comes Denbigh going right to left. That's Barnes. We'll give you the lineups in just a moment. And down low for Heritage, that was Angel James. Also out there is Special Bridges. Washington's out there, number 3. Reality Webb, number 10. And Journey Deloach, number 4. For Denbigh on the floor, Nikisha, number 1. And the jumper is up and it's good.
Good shot by Nikisha.
That was Angel James.
I'm sorry.
Barnes, McKeechin, Cameron, Sims, Williams for Denbigh. Denbigh coached by James Riddick. Heritage coached by Coach Talon. Greg Bicaveras along with Jordan Motley. Nate Milton will join us in the second quarter. Just getting started. As we just saw, thank you to Fazoli's. Just underway, 3-0. Heritage, who beat Denbigh earlier this year, leading it on their home floor. Key early is that shot selection, attack the glass, transition, play your game, not the opponent. Focus and intensity as well. Focus on the now. Heritage likes the motion offense. Denbigh likes to counter with his own. 3 officials out here tonight. Denbigh needs to get something going here and try to stay even with Heritage without the game getting away.
Yeah, that's a fact. I feel like if they just take the perimeter shots, don't go inside, especially with Special Bridges, they'll be fine.
And going in there for the miss was Special Bridges, just as Jordan Motley just said it. All right, we're live right here on YouTube. Cox Cable 47, 517, NMPSTV.com. 3-0 in favor of the Hurricanes. Shot is up and it's good by Bridges. Four nothing. Now it's 5-0. And Bridges just connects at the free throw line. Here comes Denbigh. You see the pressure defense by Heritage.
Right.
The Hurricanes trying to get a fast break going. Heritage likes the motion offense, the 1-3-1 defense. Strength is size. Weakness is depth. Outside jumper is up. No good. They got that second chance again. Offensive rebound. Denbigh likes the motion offense, zone defense. Strength is the youth. Weakness is inexperience for James Riddick's squad. Easy go right there by number 12.
Great shot by Special Bridges.
Special Bridges, yes. 7-0. Denbigh has not scored yet. Nate Milton joins in the second quarter. For Denbigh, they're trying to get possession, ball control, eliminate the turnovers and mistakes, get that bench support going. They've only got 6 players on Denbigh's team.
There's not much you can do.
You pretty much have to go with what you got.
Iron Man basketball.
And the miss. Denbigh's hustling at least. Had great players like Kathy Skinner in the past. From the free throw line, a miss. Referees just letting them play their game. Athletic director for Denbigh is Brian Weaver. For Heritage, Dwayne Peters. We're at Heritage High School Newport News with 5:22 left in quarter number 1. Glad you're with us. For more, log on to nnpstv.com. Denbigh trying to crash the boards. 7-0 is the score. If it seems like we were just here 5 minutes ago, we basically were. Just a few days ago, we did Woodside and Heritage. Weather's held up. Heritage in the white. Denbigh trying to counter with that zone. Zone looks pretty good right now for Denbigh.
The zone is actually doing very well. They just have to figure out how to stop Special Bridges, and they'll be fine.
That's about pretty much all you can do with 6 players. And the zone helps you get the rebound, too.
And it doesn't tax your players' bodies.
Not as much. I personally love the zone myself. Jumper, no good. Good second chance effort for Denbigh. And here comes Barnes, number 12. James Riddick, the head coach of Denbigh, who went to the University of Richmond, teaches geometry. Coach Talon for Heritage. Her husband's a volunteer assistant. Mike, who was a former Woodside and Phoebus coach. Coach 2 of the greatest Phoebus players ever in Lynn Anastasio and Lakeisha Frett. Heritage had a great player in Bonet Holston, who played for NC State. 4:20 left in the first quarter. Again, 3 officials tonight. Heritage needs to move without the ball, crash the boards, be aggressive, inside, outside play, mix it up. Just focus on tonight, no distractions. Don't worry about the previous game and make it a team effort. You always want to make it a team effort.
It's a team game. I think they're doing a really good job at that right now, as the score can portray 7-0 to the Canes.
Glad to have Jordan Motley with us in the first quarter.
Glad to be here.
Enjoyed him during football season as well. Of course, we did your games on TV against Bayside. You know that.
Yes.
And you
that
lost
was a
to
good
Lansdowne. Huh? That was tough.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, but we'll bounce back.
Of course, Raymond used to coach. There's Coach Talon. And Raymond used to coach, of course, Warwick. And
he also coached the great Michael Vick.
Yep, and Ferguson and Gloucester. All right, 12 left. Heritage going left to right in the white. Beautiful court here. Our 27th year of prep sports. In the fall will be our 28th football season. Always a great rivalry with these two schools. It's always good to support the kids in the Newport News schools. They really need that support.
Yeah, we don't get as much love as people think. It's just great to see them get the support that they get, and hopefully they get more.
I guess a lot of times once kids go home, they don't go back out for the night. I'm glad to see you came back out for the night.
I try to get us out the house as much as I can.
All right, now 10-0. Heritage got the ball. And the spin around jumper is off. Wow, she just threw that one way out of bounds there.
I guess she thought that was going to go in.
Don't forget sports highlights on nnpstv.com. Cox Cable 47, 517. Weekends at 9 a.m. Mondays at 7, 2, and 7 on Cox Cable 47, 517. Denbigh still looking to score. Still looking to get a win. Denbigh in the red. Right off of Denbigh Boulevard. Denbigh and Warwick, the two oldest schools in Newport News. As we got 3:25 left in quarter number 1. Timeout right here. Here at Heritage High School, Coach Talon talking to the official. Give a chance for Denbigh to reset. Denbigh's trying to reset.
Yeah, Denbigh's just looking for a way to they have good plays. You just got to make sure they work. They just have to execute as much as possible. They're not out this game by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, they do want to score. They want to get some points.
Of course, that's the name of the game.
Denbigh needs to cover the weak side, block out, get off to a better start, and, of course, move without the ball. They've got the ball now in the red. Denbigh, the Patriots. Of course, Antoine Bethea went to school there for football. Like I said, the great Kathy Skinner played basketball at Denbigh. Football is different because it's once a week. It's more of an event. Where basketball, there's so many games in a week, it's hard sometimes to process.
Yeah, it's hard to process, but it's also hard to enjoy with the momentum and that build up for some of these games. But when they do come out, they do fight hard. Both teams.
And that's what I love about football. It's just one game a week. But basketball, you play more games, but you have to be in better shape too.
That's very true. They run a lot more than other sports.
Heritage with the ball, number 4, respectively. That's Deloach. Out to Angel James. Heritage in the white. Denbigh in the red. Greg Bicaveras along with Jordan Motley. 2:44 left in the first quarter. Hope you enjoyed our doubleheader with Woodside and Heritage. Our great crew in the truck. (10-0) in favor of Heritage, and that free throw line is respectively Journey Deloach. Got to make those free throws.
Easy points you just should have in your pocket.
How's your family doing?
Family's good. Family's real good.
Pop call before the game?
Pop is the one who actually brought me here.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, family's good.
Please tell Pop I said hello.
Will do.
All right, 10-0. 2:30 left in the first quarter. Denbigh in the red. Wide open layup, yes.
Finally on the board.
Denbigh scores. That was Barnes. They need to be more proactive and do that more often. Right? Why not?
Sometimes I think you just need to feed the hot hand. Barnes clearly is working, so.
Get things started. Mike Talon's coach teams at the state championship level. Great coach at Phoebus. That's good. Number 3, connecting. That's Washington. Good shot, like the set shot. Clock is barely moving. It hesitated for a moment.
They're trying to feed Barnes.
And the layup is up, and it's good.
By Washington, no, Deloach.
Journey Deloach making the journey. All right, 15-2 in favor of Heritage at their own house. Jumper is up. No good. You got to get that second chance effort. And you get all those efforts. You're bound to make one, but they don't yet. 1:31 left.
Number 21, Mac Plaza on the free throw line.
Absolutely. That's Coral McPlaza. Greg Bickadaris along with Jordan Motley here at Heritage High School Newport News. 15-2. $131.
Number 1 for Denbigh is subbed in the game.
Shot is up and it's good. And Denbigh will have the ball. And bringing the ball up the court is Barnes for Denbigh, coached by James Riddick. Of course, Calvin Chester out here as well for Denbigh. Denbigh does not have any depth, only 6 players. Here comes Washington.
Great shot by number 10, Webb.
Yep, we just saw Washington and Webb connect. Number 10 is Webb. Number 5 is Barnes for Heritage. Number 3, Washington. Number 21, McPlaza. Number 1, James. Final 20-plus seconds left in the first quarter. 18-2. Denbigh with the ball. Final few seconds. Trying to get it across the timeline if they can. I'm not sure if she even knows how much time is left. 2 seconds left in the first quarter. It's a big treat for Heritage to have the games televised here back to back. That's the end of the first quarter with the score 18-2 in favor of Heritage. Jordan, thank you so much.
No problem.
And thank you for subbing for Nate in the first quarter.
No problem.
All right, my friend. We'll be back after these messages.
The Telecommunications Center is an award-winning television production facility for high school students in the Newport News Public Schools. Students can learn studio, remote production, audio operation, editing, directing, and much more. Students can also earn college credit through dual enrollment. The center has graduates working for MTV, ESPN, CNN, Entertainment Tonight, and Tyler Perry Studios. If you want to jumpstart your career in broadcasting, contact your guidance counselor or call 591-4687.
All right, back at Heritage High School. And I don't know if you got here by helicopter, plane, or train, but Nate Milton's back with us. Nate, good to see you.
Yes, my friend. I tell you what, neither rain nor sleet nor snow nor Hampton Roads traffic will keep you away from this game tonight. It is great to be courtside with you again, my friend.
As we got an expression, better Nate than ever. Or no, better Nate than never.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. It is 18-2. What should Denbigh do? What are the keys, first of all, for Denbigh?
I think for Denbigh, what they've got to do is kind of take a breath and reestablish themselves. You know, coming in, just the offense hadn't been clicking for the Lady Patriots, so they got to go back to what works, go back to basics, and just try to get some easy buckets against a very tough Lady Hurricanes defense.
And just like I said earlier, it seems like we were here 5 minutes ago, but Heritage can't take anybody lightly.
No, and, you know, we've been back-to-back here at Heritage High School, so they're used to the lights and the cameras. Maybe Denver's got a little stage fright, but we'll see if they come out of it now, Greg.
In the second quarter, 7:30 left to intermission. And the give and go, too hard off the glass. Again, Denbigh likes the motion offense. Zone defense strengthens the youth, weakness in experience. Denbigh's only got 6 girls on the team.
And that depth is going to get to you eventually. You know, when you're going up against a tough team, especially a team like Heritage, who is so strong on the inside. That's one of their biggest strengths. Coach Talon's interior presence here for Heritage. And I think if you're Denbigh, again, you know, you've got to go back to basics almost. You got to build this up from the ground and then try to see what works. As we see number 10, Reality Webb up there at the charity stripe.
20-2. Eight-minute quarters in the Virginia High School League. Denbigh in the red. Jumper is up, off. I like the effort, but just, you know, you got to still score. But with 6 players, it's hard to do anything.
Yeah, the effort is certainly there, Greg, but the execution just isn't there. And I think if you're the Lady Patriots, what you got to do is start chipping away at this big lead. You're not going to get 18 points overnight. You're not going to get 18 points in one shot. But if you can start chipping away at the league, especially right here, when you're at the free throw line, those are your opportunities to try to get back into this game.
With no clock moving. See Coach Talon there. Looking at her team doing very well this year. Here come the Canes. They need to play more aggressive, too, because once it gets to the postseason, they're not going to have any, you know, easy days.
Exactly. You know, you can't take this team lightly. You can't take it for granted. You got to go out here and play as if you're playing against one of the top teams in the area. Even though Denbigh, like we said, Greg, they're undermanned, you still got to go out there and execute and play like you're playing against the best team in the city.
I really like Denbigh's desire, though. I mean, they're really fighting. They're down 20-3, but these girls are really giving a good effort.
And that goes back to coaching. You can tell how well a team is coached by their poise and their demeanor, and do they give up when times get tough? And this Denbigh team, while they're down 17 points, they're not giving up. They're not quitting.
It's how you survive in adversity. 20-3. Greg Bickaberos, Nate Milton, glad you're with us. As we said, Nate and I are matching 2 games in a row, folks. listen, we will worry about the Metro Gloucester games some other
Let's
time.
see if we can keep the streak alive.
2 shirts in a row, back to back.
That's shirts and pants. We like we stepped out of a GQ magazine.
You got the glasses? I don't. I'll take the glasses when I'm driving at night in the rain.
There you go.
Heritage always had a nice following. 10 years ago, they won the state championship under Mike Gardner. In 2008, the football team won the state championship 18 years ago in 2000.
Yep.
Outside jumper's up. It's no good. You don't want to get sloppy even though you're ahead.
No, and right now we're seeing easy
and Denbigh's
buckets.
really making an effort.
And these are easy buckets right here, Greg, that Heritage should just be putting back. They're getting those offensive rebounds, but if you're not doing anything with it, you know, it doesn't really mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things.
A little bit hard off the glass. These refs just letting them play their game. That's number 4 in for the layup.
Ooh.
Too hard. Both teams just need to take a deep breath.
Yeah, we're seeing some good moves, some aggressive moves by both teams, particularly Heritage, but they're not getting the ball to go into the basket right there. You know, we just saw Deloach try to go in with a nice move. It wasn't effective. Angel James earlier tried to do the same thing. They've got to get these buckets to go down because, like you said, Greg, when it gets to the postseason, every basket counts.
Of course, we have breaking news. The Woodside Athletic Director is leaving Woodside. We wish him all the best.
And, you know, you talk about the legacy and we see another miss by Heritage, but, you know, the athletics, academics, activities in the Newport News schools, administrators don't get a lot of credit. Athletic directors don't get a lot of credit. So,
yeah, nice shot there by Journey Deloach.
Absolutely. Heritage finally getting something to go down. But, yes, you know, we want to send a shout-out and a salute to all of our educators and our coaches and our athletic directors here because they do such a wonderful job with these young men and women.
Denbigh with the ball. 6 players on the team. Out there for Denbigh is Williams, McEachin,
another steal.
Also number 22 is Cameron. Not Cameron Indoor Stadium.
I think, Greg, if you're a team where you realize, you know, we're all we've got, it's kind of like that movie 300, where it was 300 Spartans against the entire Roman army, and, you know, you're in this it's us against the world mentality, and we're seeing that by Denbigh.
Angel James at the free throw line for Heritage. It's 22-3. Cheerleaders there. Got to have the one-and-done mentality, 12-month season, show up, have accountability, focus on the task at hand, have momentum, and have a good rest of the first half before you take the halftime break.
Angel James played so well in the last game we did, Greg, with the Heritage Hurricanes here from Heritage High School. She really is one of the core players for this Heritage Hurricanes team.
(22-3), now 23-3. We'll see what Denbigh can do here, but they're down. You're already down deep enough in a hole. You don't want to get too down.
And that was another bucket by number 12, Special Bridges. And we talked about the last game, Greg. Number 12, Special Bridges, and number 21, Coral McPlaza. That 1-2 punch on the inside, and you combine that with Angel James from the perimeter. Heritage has a very nice foundation for their offense. It's just a matter of having all the pieces fit together.
Some of the top women's basketball teams in college are Connecticut, Baylor, Louisville, and Notre Dame.
UConn always in the mix, Greg. How many times have we seen the Connecticut Huskies sitting up at the top, staring down at everyone else? But now it feels like there's a little bit more parity. You know, UConn is not just the one big bully on the block. There's a lot of teams out there that are coming up to challenge them.
But they're the main one still, no matter what year, what decade.
Kind of like the Patriots.
Yeah, they are. They're both from that same area. 4:10 left till intermission. Got a halftime feature coming up in a few moments. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, glad you're with us. The give and go, nice shot by number 12. That's Special Bridges.
Special Bridges is quickly becoming one of my favorite players, Greg. The way that she attacks the interior and the poise that she has at the free throw line, plus she's got a great name, Special Bridges. Like, she is the bridge to that offense for the Heritage Lady Hurricanes.
The bridge to halftime.
I think Denbigh wants to get across that bridge as quickly as possible right now.
27-3, 4 minutes left. Jumper way off. At least the Denbigh girls are trying. They're undermanned. And the shot goes in by the Canes.
And that's the problem. If you're Denbigh, you're trying to get back into this game. A lot of times you'll try for three-pointers. You try for those outside shots. But if you're not getting the rebounds, that can lead to quick, fast breaks the other way for the other team. You just keep kind of digging yourself deeper and deeper into this hole. Another steal.
Wide open layup is off the glass.
Wow.
That was Deloach.
Journey Deloach taking us on a journey, taking us on a trip, Greg, and the onslaught continues.
31-3.
And this is where coaching comes in. Right there we see the Heritage bench with Coach Talon. But if you're Denbigh, this is the time when you got to get those girls' heads into the game. They can't hold their heads down. There you see them right there. You got to get them rested. You got to get them relaxed. You got to get them focused because they got to come out here and try to make something happen, Greg.
And the thing is, too, is equal challenge for Heritage to keep their interest, too, as well. Because you're up so much, you feel like you've got this.
That's a good point. We saw that on the last broadcast we did where, the team kind of gets lulled into that false sense of security, and it just becomes boring, and you start making mistakes that lets the other team back into the game. They can't afford to do that with Denbigh. Denbigh is down by a lot, but things could turn quickly if you start making silly mental errors.
31-3. See the Denbigh bench right there. They're down by 28.
And this is where, again, that coaching and then that intestinal fortitude kind of comes into play. And I've been impressed with the heart Denbigh has shown, but sooner or later, Greg, that heart has to translate to points on the scoreboard.
Don't forget Sports Scene Saturday mornings 10 to 11 on 100.1 FM, AM 1010. As WHKT is going to gospel.
That is amazing, Greg. Have you practiced your singing voice? Are you?
I worked at WTJZ as a kid. They had gospel way back in the day.
I can see you in the church choir, Greg.
Shirley Caesar, remember her?
Oh, Shirley Caesar, some of the great classic gospel singers. Mahalia Jackson. I think Denbigh's looking for a miracle here. Speaking of gospel, they're looking for a miracle to get back into this game, my friend.
And Heritage just steals it away. .248 left. Sounds like Mardi Gras in the truck.
We had on Bourbon Street. I'll tell you, as good as Heritage has played, Greg, I think they've left some points on the board. Like, they've still made a few mistakes here and there. Heritage can tighten some things up.
You can't keep it so slack.
Yeah.
But they're playing, both ends of the court, trying to use their energy up, too. And that's one thing we talked about with Jordan in the first quarter, where football is once a week.
Yeah.
You win, you lose, you tie, you can process. Basketball, there is no process.
Yes. You got to, like the old Jim Valvano, survive in advance. You got to let each game be its own entity, learn the lessons, and move on.
You really can't think about it. It's like a field goal kicker or a punter. Just, you miss it, got to go to the next one.
Yeah, you got to have that mentality. I think for Heritage, what we'll see in the second half, Greg, if this trend continues, we might see a lot of the bench for Coach Talon get some play because, that could be valuable experience for them as we get close to the postseason.
Heritage for the give and go. Missing. Here come the Patriots. Also, George Mason's the Patriots.
Yes. That's about 5 or 6 fast breaks we've seen Heritage not be able to capitalize on, Greg. And you can get away with that against Denbigh tonight, but you're not going to be able to do that when it comes to the postseason. That's something I'm sure Coach Talon's going to let her team know at halftime.
Not against the Hamptons and the Woodsides.
Oh, no, not at all.
All right, we got a halftime lead. It'll be Takira Barnes, correct?
Yes, Takira Barnes, the spotlight player in our halftime spotlight from Denbigh High School.
1:33 left to intermission. Greg Bick Harris, Nate Milton. Glad you're with us. Greg Bick on Twitter.
And at in the number 8 MOZAIK, at Nate Mosaic on Twitter as well.
Number 4 at the free throw line, respectively. Journey Deloach, Heritage in the white. Great attitude, great desire. Of course, Lloyd Hicks out here. We went to school together. Known as Barbecue.
Always a fixture here at Heritage.
Barbecue needs that a little coleslaw.
Every time we see him, whether it's basketball or football, it's always good to see him.
He is the school system gentleman for sports. Denbigh in the red.
Denbigh down by 31, Greg, and this is the point in time where I think if you're the coach, you just got to say, pick one thing. Let's either get really good at defense, as we see another score from Heritage, or really concentrate on our offense. But, they've got to find something that works, throw something against the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah, I talked to James Riddick. He's got a really good attitude about it. He knows he doesn't have the depth, but these girls are still making an effort. So I give him an A for effort.
Yeah.
Outside jumper is off.
And he's a young coach. I think, he's building the program up, and it's going to take some time, but eventually I think they'll get there.
He went to Richmond. Richmond wears red as well, blue and white, like Denbigh.
You talking about the Richmond Spiders, I think Denbigh feels like they walked into a spider web tonight, Greg, and they can't find a way to get out just yet.
29 seconds left till halftime. Nate will lead the halftime segment. I'll do the boys.
Again, we got a spotlight coming up in halftime, and that might be the one thing Denbigh needs. But let's get to halftime. Let's watch the spotlight. Maybe that'll inspire us to come out and get some points on the board.
Shot is up, and it's no good. 37-3. All Heritage. Denbigh the red going right to left with the basketball. I don't know why they're letting the clock go. I mean, they're down by 34 points.
You got to pull out all the stops.
Got to be aggressive. Got to be aggressive.
Wow.
Like that play right there.
Heritage is the one being aggressive. They listening to you, Greg.
Of course, the whole goal is to get to the WNBA one day. Here come the Canes. Final few seconds. Off the glass, no, with 7 seconds.
Greg, I looked at the weather forecast today. They said it was supposed to be a storm today, but the only storm I see is out here on the court with the Lady Hurricanes. Like they are much more impressive than any snow we may or may not have seen today.
Best weather forecast is on weather.com. I mean, there's no snow out here today, folks. It's cold, though.
Yeah, it's chilly, but I think I saw one snowflake. That's it. I saw one snowflake, and it quickly melted.
Thank goodness. For a state in the South, we sure do get a lot of snow.
And that's, you talk about, again, just the delays in the schools being canceled or going on a delay and just kind of the way it throws off the rhythm. We might be seeing a little bit of that with Denbigh. They're not in rhythm right now. Final
seconds. That would have been nice if they would have made that three there. All right, that's halftime. With the score, it is 38-3. We'll be back after these messages. All right, it's spotlight time now with Takira Barnes.
Fusion Fitness with Alexis. Tune in weekdays 6:30 a.m., Mondays 7:30 a.m., 2:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m. Oops. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Get on top of it before they do. Every 24 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchorit.gov.
So when did you decide seriously to play basketball?
I decided to play basketball when I was in 9th grade.
So what position do you play and why?
I played point guard because I'm the floor general. You know, I'm in charge of everything, really. I make plays and, yeah.
So did you think about any other sport?
I thought about running track, playing softball, but I really love basketball and I stuck with it.
What did you do to prepare to play the game of basketball?
I trained with my dad. My dad was a real good mentor, helped me play the game because he loves the game of basketball.
So how were your freshman, sophomore, junior years playing the game?
My freshman year, I really loved my freshman year. We went 14-4, and I had a good coach. I really had a good coach. I loved him to death. Wish he was still my coach, to be honest. My sophomore year, I quit. My junior year, I played, but I didn't really get that much play time like I wanted to. I didn't really show my talents. And my senior year, I'm just balling.
And I noticed you said you quit, but you came back to the game.
Yes.
What physical and mental skills should you have to play this game of basketball?
Physical and mental skills I should have to play basketball is you got to be tough. You have to be tough. It's a mind game. You know, making right passes, your teammates.
What do you do to be prepared for those physical and mental things? What did you do to practice for it?
I listen to music before games, or like get to myself somewhere and think, oh, how am I gonna do this? How am I play this? If they press, what am I gonna do? Stuff like that.
Did you work on any skills of ball handling and things of that nature?
Oh yeah, I went to over the summer. Recently, I went to a camp. It was called Team Loaded. It was really good.
So how do you balance academics and athletics?
How I balance academics and athletics is we after school we have practice, but before practice he gives us the option to go to study hall or sit in his room, and after practice we have enough time to do our homework at home.
So when you have free time, what are some of the things you enjoy doing?
I enjoy going to the gym a lot, playing with my sister.
So do you have any favorite basketball players you inspire in?
To be honest, my dad is my favorite basketball player because he taught me everything I know.
Oh, fantastic. What advice do you have for kids who might be interested in playing the game?
If you really love the game, stick with it, and it should work out if you really love the game.
Any particular things they might want to work on to develop their skills?
You should mentally be tough and physically be tough too, and it's and sportsmanship. You should have good sportsmanship.
How do you think your team will do this season?
Right now, we're doing good. Even though we have more experience, we don't have that many experienced players on the team. I'm maybe the only experienced player, but they're learning. We're getting there.
Great. So what are your plans after high school?
My plans after high school, I'm going to apprenticeship school and hopefully playing for them.
Well, thank you so much for giving us this time, and good luck to the future.
Thank you for having me.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team. If we all show up together, that's what it's all about.
I was a part of helping to build what it is today.
I'm really lucky to get to be a part of that legacy.
Just that simple act that takes 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
Once you get there and realize how much you can change someone's life, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
You guys keep doing what you're doing. It's something special.
Get up and try something. Just try it. Just go to one event, one action team event.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our technical skills, our math, our engineering skills. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our organizational skills, our problem-solving skills. You're going to need our determination, our honesty, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
All right, they're the cheerleaders. Nate, what do you think about this game so far? Heritage right now really being proactive, leading 38-3.
Yeah, this game kind of reminds me right now of that old Michael Jackson song, You Want to Be Starting Something. It's too low to get under, too high to get over. You're stuck in the middle, and you don't know what to do. And right now I think if you're the Denbigh Lady Patriots, you're not going to be able to get all of these points back in one fell swoop, Jordan, so you got to take it bit by bit. How do you tackle a large problem? One step at a time. How do you eat a large pizza? One slice at a time. Jordan, if you're Denbigh, what do you do to get back into this contest?
You feed it to your stars, because basically your stars is going to lead you to the victory. And once you do that, you'll be fine.
All right, 38-3. Greg Bicaveras, Nate Milton, Jordan Motley. Heritage, of course, we saw them take on Woodside. And the thing they're learning, too, is to play for 32 minutes.
Yeah, it's about a complete game, like you said, Greg, and you don't want to get lulled into that false sense of security. Yes, you have a big lead over this Denbigh Patriots team, but like we mentioned in the first half, when you get to the postseason, when you're taking on teams like Woodside or taking on teams like Hampton, half of an effort or three-quarters of an effort even, that's not going to be enough to get it done. So I'm sure that's what Coach Talon is telling her girls right now. You got to come out here and finish what you started.
Just like the kids have exams in schools, this is kind of like an exam right now, an exam before the postseason.
Yeah, it's kind of seeing where you are. It's a measuring stick game, if you will. And the Heritage knows that they're pretty good. But, again, we've seen a lot of opportunities that they've had to score that they've left on the table. And for Denbigh, there you see Denbigh right now. We talked about it, Greg. They're undermanned. They only have 6 players on the team.
You see the gentleman with the beard right there? That's Calvin Chester. The assistant, he played for Tommy Raymond at Ferguson. So there's one of Raymond's former football players.
Yes.
He played at Ferguson High School. Yours truly, alma mater. Got that big smile, kind of like Nate with the beard. There you go, Nate. Nate with the beard.
There you go. Hey,
Nate, have you thought about growing a beard?
I've thought about it, Greg. I think I'm short enough as it is, so I think I need enough of my body as it is to be seen. Greg, what about you? I think a sweet goatee could work.
Never.
A Bicaveras beard. Well, I look like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You got it. Denbigh going left to right in the red uniforms, coached by the one and only James Riddick. Heritage by Coach Talon. Heritage going right to left in the white uniform, trying to pick up where they left off, and they do. That's number 10, respectively. Reality Webb giving Their opponent, a reality check.
I'll say reality setting in for the Lady Patriots. They are up against a very tough Lady Canes team tonight. And like Jordan said, you got to get this ball in the hands of your star players and try to make something happen right now.
Keep in mind the postseason. They've been working since the fall for this moment, the offseason. Forget quickly any loss and move on. They've already beaten Denbigh once this year. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Get the fans involved in the game.
Yeah, that's a big thing, Greg. You know, when you can feed off of that crowd, and we've had the chance to do 2 games here at Heritage, and the crowd is a part of that. And then if you can get them invested, that's another
They're
big
like the
help.
sixth man, yeah.
There you go.
I want to thank Carl Chandler and also Dwayne Peters for their hospitality tonight. And our good friends at Fazoli's. And for more, log on to Fazoli's.com. 7:04 left in quarter number 3. We'll get to our crew in the fourth quarter. As always, I take care of the adult crew. Nate takes care of the student crew.
Just like they've got their team on the court, we've got our team in the truck, and another score for the Lady Canes.
By Washington.
They got so many weapons, Greg, whether it's Washington or Special Bridges, Cormac Plaza, Reality Web, and, of course, Angel James. This is a very strong Heritage team, but like we said, they just got to clean up some of the small missteps here and there to be one of those really great teams.
And our van crew always has fun no matter what we do. Our MVP in the truck is Ray Price.
Always Ray Price.
And the student assistants, Greg Lesko will be our MVP come football season. Oh, Gabe, I know Gabe. Isn't there a store called Gabe? Isn't there a store called Gabe's?
In Hampton.
In
yeah.
Hampton?
Yeah, so there's a store named after Gabe now. Yeah. It's 5 o'clock somewhere where Bill Barlow is. It's 5 o'clock somewhere for 80-year-olds.
I'd say between Barlow and Lesko and Mr. Price, of course, we have as much talent in the truck as we do on the camera.
Just like these students are learning from each other.
Yes, the students have become the teacher with Mr. Lesko and, of course, Mr. Barlow out here. Learning from the master himself, Ray Price.
All right, 6:20 left. Having a little fun here. Got to have a sense of humor. All right, outside jumper is up.
And again, Denbigh's just got to find something to get going here. And there you see number 12 with the ball. She was our spotlight player.
That's
Greg.
Barnes, yep.
Barnes did a great job on that spotlight. And again, like you always say, kids are people too. These are not only athletes, but they're students. Their day started at 6 o'clock this morning, and they're still going tonight.
Or as I respected Chris Berman, Barnes and Noble.
She is certainly reading a book right now on the court, and it is not a happy ending for the Lady Patriots.
42-3. Been a tough year for Denbigh sports.
Yeah,
it didn't used to be that way.
No, and I think, it's about foundation like we always talk about. The perfect example on the football side is Woodside and what Coach Danny Dotson has built. But that doesn't happen overnight, Greg. It takes time. You got to get the right pieces in there. You got to build a foundation, and eventually you see success. And unfortunately for Denbigh, they have not seen the success that they saw maybe in the 80s or the 90s here in the 2000s.
Spotlight players for Denbigh were Kathy Skinner back in the 80s, Bonet Holston, who played for NC State. For Heritage, and Mike Gardner. Outside jumper's up, and it's good off the glass.
Nice.
Gotta love those shots off the glass.
I didn't know the bank was still open this late, Greg.
That's Washington. They close at 5, but this bank is still open right now.
And you mentioned Bonet Holston, such a great player for Coach Gardner and the Lady Hurricanes. And again, going to NC State shows you the type of caliber of player we have here.
I know you're looking forward to going back to your alma mater, Menchville, coming up.
Yes, Menchville and Gloucester, our next game on the schedule. And I think I'm excited to see some Monarch basketball this year.
We're at Heritage High School in Newport News. School's been around since 96, 97. We've already brought to you Woodside and Heritage this year. What I'm going to do is Chris James and I are going to work on all the games we've ever done in the history of our channel. Now, Beth Scott did a 30-year memoir from 86 to 2016. We're now in our 32nd year.
And, of course, we got Fazoli's, Greg. They feed our crew. Let them feed you. Fazoli's at 11739 Jefferson Avenue, Newport News, Virginia, 757-596-4324. Again, 596-4324. And, of course, go to Fazoli's.com. They feed our crew. Let them feed yours, folks.
Great pizza, pasta, subs, salads, cookies, breadsticks. Thank you, Michelle. Also support Fazoli's in Newport News on Jefferson Avenue and in Chesapeake, Virginia. Well, Chris James is a wonderful, wonderful human being, first of all. Her and Ray Price put our schedule together in the fall for football. They also walk by my house a lot, too. But besides that, Chris has done a great job with the video collection, the online collection. And I've got every football game we've done on paper. The next step is for me and her, after the Gloucester-Menchville game, to work on all the games. I got a lot of them written down, and hopefully we can report that to you by the time sports highlights and football season roll around. We've done a lot of different sports. We've done wrestling. We've done gymnastics, baseball, softball, soccer, track, tennis, swimming.
Yep.
We've done a lot of different sports. Of course, football, lacrosse. Ray and I even did ping pong and rugby before. But, you know, it's for the school system, for these kids who've given their time, their talent, their treasure. We're going to try to do a memoir of how many games we've done over the years. Now, it's pretty easy for gymnastics. It's just one.
Yeah.
There's no more gymnastics anymore. For baseball and softball, very few. And Heritage just connects right there.
Yeah,
but Chris has done a really good job with the library, to say the least.
I'll tell you, yeah, it's a lot of history and legacy. And, you know, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, Greg, but my body type would not suggest that I know much about gymnastics. But that was one of the more interesting broadcasts we've ever done. And just so you talk about the history and the lineage of the channel and the great student and staff over the years. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
32 years. I've been with us since 91, Ray, 92. You've been with us since 95. So we have a lot of fun. 3:52 left in the third quarter. This game is pretty much academic already.
Denbigh is not having a lot of fun. They have not scored a point since we kicked off the second half, but let's see if our spotlight player here, Barnes, can change that.
They got their fourth point. Of course, head coach for Denbigh, James Riddick. His assistant is Calvin Chester. Denbigh in the red, and they get their fifth point. Baby steps.
Baby steps. And I think Coach Riddick, you know, coaches play a lot of roles, Greg. They're not just out there doing X's and O's, but sometimes they serve as mentors or surrogate parents. Sometimes they're therapists. And I think if you're Coach Riddick, you know, you've got to make sure that the morale on this team is up. Even though they're losing, you got to get it in their heads that, hey, we're trying as hard as we can.
All right, since we're live on NNPS TV Telecom, we'll do our texting to our audience a little bit later. Want to give them a shout out as well. Without viewers, yes, absolutely, on Cox Cable 47-517. Thank you.
Don't forget Roku for Greg Lesko.
We'll mention Roku when Greg Lesko gets to football season.
I think Greg owns stock in Roku.
I know, yes, exactly. I was in Hampton watching us. Greg Lesko wiring all types of things at night.
That is the technology, though. You know, as much as the world of sports and entertainment has advanced, we get things like Roku or like Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime. You know, Greg gets getting bold here. He's on his Lesko is close to his roots here in Hampton, so he's strong. You don't want to mess with Greg Lesko, Mr. Bigoveris.
No, he used to work in Hampton, now back in Newport News. Greg worked with the late Scotty Bowers as well, who was a friend of Ray and I's. 46-7. All Heritage tonight, folks. Cheerleaders, this is all transparency, folks. You can't hide it. Basketball is front and center more than any other sport, probably next to golf.
Yeah, and it's like not like in football. They're hidden by uniforms and helmets. Basketball, all the emotion is out there on the court for all to see. And I got to give credit though to this Denbigh team. Like they're not running around with their heads down, Greg.
They're still trying.
Coach Riddick is still involved in the game.
He's a geometry teacher. We were talking about the word given in geometry.
They just don't have the pieces yet. They only got 6 girls on the roster, so it's going to take some time for this Denbigh team to build themselves up.
I'm not sure if anybody can reach up and get it. They might need to get a broom or something.
Jordan can go out there and get it.
Bill Barlow could go out there and get it. No?
Oh, strike one.
I think we need to get Bill Barlow to go out there and get it.
Oh.
Yes,
yeah.
All right, very good. He could have just gotten the basketball and just pumped it up there.
That might have been the player of the game right there.
46-7.
Wow.
Bill Barlow's ready to go for the senior league.
Oh.
What did Danny Glover say?
Getting too old, Greg. Getting too old for this.
Denbigh going left or right?
To be fair, though, I wouldn't have been able to jump up and get that ball either.
I would have used you as a stepladder.
That's not a bad idea.
Trying to see Nate and I walk up the stairs at Todd Stadium. We're still recovering from it.
That's the best part of basketball. No stairs. Here we see Coach Talon right there. 46-9 is the score. 2 minutes left in the period. Denbigh trying to make a little bit of noise here. Obviously, they might not be able to win the game. But here we go, folks. You can check us out on YouTube, youtube.com, NNPS Telecom. Check out our game streaming live. Again, we're talking about the technology, Greg. You can watch this game on your phone. You can watch this game on your laptop, on your tablet. You can watch it on your TV, your smart TV. So, the technology is there, NNPS Telecom on YouTube. Shout out to the students and the crew bringing this to you, folks.
2:05 left in the third quarter. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, glad you're with us. There's the Denbigh coach, James Riddick. That's a challenge. I mean, he's really up for a challenge. And he's got a staff that's only got a few girls on the team, but the heart and the desire is still there.
I mean, just look at the bench for Denbigh compared to the bench for the Lady Hurricanes. It's night and day. I got to give a lot of credit to Coach Riddick. Give credit to Coach Riddick for having these girls out here and getting them invested.
Cheerleaders right there enjoying the game. We're at the George Walters Court. And out there for Denbigh, respectively, is Innocent.
And you see the bench for Heritage much more
Barnes.
full than the bench for Denbigh, Greg.
Also, number 33, Williams. We still have fun no matter what, folks. That's the key. Sims. Denbigh's only got 4 girls out there now. Just 4 girls, folks. So let's be a little gentle. 4 girls for Denbigh. 4 against 5. That's not easy.
No, they are playing short-handed, undermanned right now. And again, good
the
credit
steal?
because they're not giving up.
Nice layup. I really like this girl here, Barnes. She's very good.
Takira Barnes, a spotlight player with a spotlight play right there, Greg.
She's a big-time player for Denbigh. And the Denbigh bench, the girls are sitting far apart. And number 41 starting, that's Innocent, Nate. And we feel bad for this girl.
Wow.
It's almost not even fair. I mean, it really isn't. You can't play with 3 girls. You really
got
can't.
the one girl on the bench who was fouled out. Now you got another player who is on the ground right now. This is not a situation that you want to see. You know, these girls have been out here trying really hard. You see Coach Riddick out there as well. You got a feel for this young girl out there.
In fact, that's the Heritage trainer helping the young lady out. So there's no way you can play 5-on-3. It's just not fair. I don't care if it's boys or girls or whatever, or even a pickup game.
No.
It's just not fair. This is almost too much.
And then, you know, the Lady Canes and Coach Talon, they don't want to win like that either.
No. Still only the third quarter, folks. 1:25 left. Here comes Calvin Chester. And
basketball not a collision sport like football, but it certainly can be a contact sport at times.
And you really can't rush an injury either. You really don't know the extent of an injury. So we're live right now on TV where it's 46-11 in favor of Heritage at home. She's drinking a little water right now. But regardless, you see Coach Riddick there.
Like you said, Greg, you want to take every precaution in a situation like this.
There's Trinity enjoying the game. One of our telecom students. Maybe she's watching on NMPSTV.com.
She might be, because you can watch on your phone anywhere in the world.
This game is still up for grabs right now, folks. I don't see how you can play with 3 players.
Great job here by the Heritage team and the Heritage fans giving the young lady an applause.
She looks okay. But
it's number 41, Talisa Innocent.
Yeah, there's no guarantee this game is going to continue.
You can see at half court our officials are having a little bit of a conference right now.
Right, let's see if we get a shot of the officials, folks. Good point, Nate Milton. 46-11. And the officials again are, respectively, Askew, Bethea, Fox.
There you go, the officials. They're going to go over there and talk to the coaches right now.
Yeah, but the officials can make that call. And if you can only, that's Coach Talon he's talking to. And it's really, you want to sustain because they still are students first.
Yeah. You know,
and they still have a lot of season left as well.
Absolutely. And, it's a very unfortunate situation for Denbigh when you got one player that's fouled out, another player here that might be a little bit hurt. You don't want to see a game end like that. You also don't want to see these young ladies jeopardize their health right now. So it's a very difficult situation for our officials and our coaches out here.
I can't tell by the body language of Lanika, but she looked like this game. We'll find out what's going to happen. They're definitely pausing here. Looks like they're going to go out there with 3 girls. Unbelievable.
Got to give a lot of credit.
I have never seen this in my 33 years on the air. Ever. Not since college when I was at George Mason. Not since I was at Newport News. I have never seen 5-on-3. Wow. Unbelievable. We're not doing the report card anymore.
Yeah.
But Denbigh deserves an A.
You got to give him an A for this heart, Greg.
Unbelievable.
So much credit coming out here. And again, Coach Riddick and these Lady Patriots, they're not going to win this game, folks. I hate to spoil the outcome for you. They're not going to win this game, but they are out here. They're not giving up. They're not quitting. You got to respect that.
Here's the thing. If somebody else fouls out, that's 2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just reality. I mean, it's almost like a military strategy. Next man up. Keep fighting. Wear that flag proud. Yeah. It's kind of like that type of pride now.
And you mentioned early on in the game, Greg, only 6 players on the active roster when you don't have that depth. This is, the almost the worst case scenario where you have a player injured, you have a player who can't come back into the game due to foul trouble. And so you've got these 3 young women out here that are going to go and play the rest of this game. And win, lose, or draw, you got to give them respect for that.
In football, they have a running clock.
Yeah.
And these girls out here were 3 girls.
Look at them fighting for rebounds still, though.
They're still hustling. They got to watch the fouls, though, now.
Yeah.
That foul was on number 33. That was Williams. Out there for Denbigh is Barnes, Williams, and looks like number 23, Sims.
And again, that's a key point you mentioned, Greg, here as we see Heritage on the free throw line. Fouls are a big thing for Denbigh now because you can't afford to get into foul trouble any of these 3 remaining Lady Patriots on the court because it's going to become a game of attrition. You're going to put your team at a even further disadvantage if you foul out because then there'll only be 2 Patriots on the court.
And they're limping too. They're tired. I mean, now fatigue is a big factor. Yeah. Denbigh with the ball. That's Barnes. 3 on 5 if you're just joining us. Denbigh's playing with 3 players live on TV. Cox Cable 47 517 and NMPSTV.com.
They're still defending, still trying to go out the rebounds.
And I think it's even shaking up Heritage a little bit.
Yeah. That's the other thing for Heritage. You know, how do you play against a team that is undermanned? Like, you still want to be aggressive, but there's a part of just being a human being where, you know, your game is thrown off a little bit because of the configuration out there on the court. So we're going to see how they respond to the challenge of facing an opponent so overmatched right now.
The biggest issue is fatigue.
And fortunately, though, for the Lady Patriots, we're getting close to the end of the quarter, so they'll have a little bit of time to get a breath, get some water. But it's going to be an interesting fourth quarter, Greg, with these Lady Patriots.
We'll see if the game continues. Stay tuned. Same time, same channel. 46-11. We have 8 minutes left. It is Heritage up by 46-11. We'll be back after these messages. Yeah, are like they can't believe it either. 46-11 in favor of Heritage. What are the keys here for Heritage in the fourth quarter? They still need to play focus regardless.
Yeah, here's a crazy stat for you, Greg. The score 46-11 right now for the Lady Hurricanes. But since the half, both teams have scored exactly 8 points each. So it's not like Heritage was dominant in that second half. Denbigh actually made a game of it in the second half, but they just dug too big a hole for themselves. So I think if you're Heritage, you want to come out here and finish this thing off. And if you're Denbigh, you just keep fighting. You know, you're probably not going to win. The odds are against you. But when your coach is a geometry teacher, maybe he's got a secret formula. Maybe he's got something that he can pull out of his back pocket. But, you know, if you're Denbigh, you're winning just by showing up with 3 girls on the court and trying to play here.
Take a look at the clock. It says 0 on it. The clock says 0 on it. They just fixed it. 8 minutes. So even the Denbigh roster's affecting the score crew as well.
You said it best, my friend. Never in all of our years covering basketball have we seen something like this.
No, I can't remember a pickup game like this.
Yeah, in a pickup game with somebody, if you have uneven teams, somebody will rotate in, rotate out or whatever. But, yeah, I have not seen something like this in an organized basketball game before.
It just encourages, they need more girls to go out for the basketball, and you have a chance to play a varsity sport.
You know what? This might be a good advertisement.
Maybe we need to recruit for Denbigh kind of like we do for telecom.
Say, this might be a good recruiting tool for Coach Riddick.
I'm going to say rising juniors and seniors look forward to playing for Denbigh girls basketball team next year.
Got a team with a lot of heart, a lot of courage. They just need bodies. They need players. They need depth. And then I think if Coach Riddick can get some depth, this might be a different team next year.
All right. Mr. Price says we're live right now, of course. I always go by his official word.
Yes.
Rule number 1, Ray's usually right all the time. Rule number 2, just go by rule number 1. So I'm going to ask the audience this on TV, on the internet. Have you ever seen a sporting event where it's 5-on-3? Text 757-291-4234. Yes or no? 757-291-4234. Have you ever seen a sports event, pee-wee, professional, college, whatever, where it's lopsided 5-on-3?
Particularly a basketball game. We're not talking power plays. We're talking basketball with Allen Iverson. We're not talking practice. We're talking about the game. I've never seen a basketball game 5-on-3 like this. And, again, man, I just give a lot of credit to Coach Riddick and these young girls. They're going out there and they're playing.
A little over 6 minutes left. And we asked the audience, have you ever seen 5-on-3 where it counts? This counts.
Yeah.
This is not practice. This counts.
This is an official game.
And I got to give Denbigh a lot of credit, but their focus and desire is not going to be there. They're tired.
They're tired.
They went to school all day.
Overmatched. They're showing a lot of grit, though. I think that is the best word to describe this team. They're showing a lot of grit right now and intestinal fortitude by going out here against a team that is big up big on the scoreboard, and now they're undermanned. So,
but it's affected Heritage's energy level too. Like you said, it was 38-3 at one point, and it's been 8 all since.
And I think if you're Coach Talon, that's going to be something after the game that you really go back to your team and talk about. Because
you're playing at their level.
Yeah, you can get away with this maybe against Denbigh, but you're not going to be able to get away with this against Hampton or Woodside or a team like that.
5:23 left. So really the only time Denbigh is getting a break is a timeout or stoppage of play.
Yeah.
Heritage with the ball, up by 35. They're in control. They're going to win the game. And a nice jumper right there. And I think they feel bad for Denbigh too.
Yeah.
That was Angel James.
You don't want to, run them into the ground because you have respect for your opponent, but at the same time, you got to go out there and win. You got to go out there and score points. You still got 5 minutes left in this ball game. So it's, I've seen the 2-3 zone in basketball before, Greg. This is, I guess you could call it the 3-5 zone, the way Denby's trying to get some points going on here.
48-11. 48-11. Somebody tell Bill Barlow 3 times so he can hear. And the shot is up, and it's good. 50-11.
50-11. Again, the onslaught continues. But again, hey, Jordan, we talk about the courage that it takes to go out here and the way the coaches have to game plan this. What do you think right now about what we're seeing by this Denbigh Patriots basketball team going out here 3-on-5? Absolutely. Like Jordan said, Greg, it takes a lot of mental toughness and heart to go out here when you're undermatched like this and still play.
52-11. And what happened there was Denbigh had nobody to throw the ball inbounds to.
Yeah. It's simple plays like that, in simple situations where, you kind of miss the other 2 players from your team.
And it affects the whole body language, and they're sensitive and emotional. They have every right to be.
Yeah.
Don't forget sports highlights. Weekends at 9 a.m. And, of course, Monday at 7, 2, and 7. And, of course, Telecom, Rising Juniors and Seniors, there you see sports highlights. 591-4687, hit extension 0. But right now we're recruiting Denbigh girls basketball players. We want to see some JV and some young girls playing for Denbigh next year. We want to help them out a little bit.
We can do some dual recruiting. If you're interested in TV and video production, but you also want to play basketball, call Denbigh, then call Channel 47 591-4687, extension 0, and get a tour of the great facilities.
We can connect you to Brian Weaver and get you in the varsity girls basketball team. All right, we got 4 girls out there now. 4:01 left in this game. 52-11. It's academic. Let's get to our crew. The executive producer is Michelle Price, proud Menchville graduate, doing a great job in the admin building. And, of course, the mother of Elijah Price. Our coordinating producer is Ray Price, since 1992. Producer of sports highlights and the sporting events as well. Of course, he learned from Paul Cummings and all his roots in Sacramento and his military service. Our director, where it's 5 o'clock somewhere, Bill Barlow, where it's 5 o'clock somewhere since 1993. Greg Lesko, our engineer, doing a great job, as always. Greg's got a great sense of humor. Carl Daniels, Nate Milton, take it away.
All right, and again, going to give a quick shout-out to number 41, Talisa Innocent, for coming back out here, Greg, making it a 4-on-5 game. But I got to give a shout-out to our student crew tonight, bringing this game to you folks live and in living color. We got Derek Miracle. We got Mark Brown, Javier Rodriguez, Darren D.C. Cooper, the X-Man, Xavier Davis, Colin, don't call me Biggie Smalls, Jordan Motley joining us here courtside, Gabe Odachowski, and, of course, Jason Hoyle. Shout out to all of our student crew here. They've done a great job bringing you the sights and sounds of this very interesting basketball game, folks.
Absolutely. If you're just joining us, it's been started off 5-on-5, then went to 5-on-3 and 5-on-4, and 3:17 left. I think the best thing about this game will be over in 3:17. 40-point lead for Heritage at home. Heritage's got to learn from this game as well.
Yeah, this is a big learning opportunity for Heritage because they came out like gangbusters. They came out firing on all cylinders in the first half, but the offense has been a bit stagnant here in the second half. And then you see Coach Talon really getting on her girls, letting her know, you know, this type of thing is not going to cut it when you play the dominant teams in the conference. When you play the dominant teams in the division, when you play the best teams in the city, this type of effort won't get it done.
3:17 left. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, glad you're with us. Thank you for our great viewership as well.
We are live on NNPSTV.com, Verizon Fios 17, NNPS Telecom on YouTube, and of course, we are here on NNPSTV.com from Boston to Boise, Fargo to Fresno, Georgia to Germany, and all points in between, Jordan Motley. And this is, like I said, this has got to be one of the wildest games I've ever seen, my friend. I mean, you've never seen anything like it. Greg and I are just a little bit older than you, Jordan, and believe me, my friend, we have not seen anything like this either. Oh.
All right, outside jumper is off. Oh, almost by Innocent. I think everybody's rooting for Denbigh right now.
I was going to say, you know, we try to be impartial with these games, Greg. We don't have a dog in the fight.
Nope.
But there's a part of me, yes, you want to see Denbigh at least finish the game on a good note because they've tried so hard tonight.
It's so tough to win on the road regardless.
Yeah.
And you learn off-season conditioning, workouts. You just can't pick up the basketball before practice. It's a 12-month job.
Right. You just don't show up on the court and think that you can go out here and play at a top level. It's about that practice. It's about being a good performer not only on the court but also in the classroom. Because if you don't get the grades, you're not going to be able to come out here on the court and play either.
And the second chance points are so important as well.
Yeah. That's a strong effort tonight by Denbigh. Even though they're not going to come away with the win, you have to respect what these Lady Patriots have done tonight and tip your cap to Coach Riddick.
All right, we're going to have an intermission in between games. It's 52-12. Clock continues to roll. Final few moments. And Heritage will win and move on. Denbigh going left to right in the red uniforms.
1 minute left for the Denbigh Patriots in a game that they have, you know, they're not going to win this game, folks, but you have to give credit and respect to the effort and the heart. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, Greg.
Let's go to the player of the game. I'm going to say Special Bridges.
Special Bridges, player of the game. I would definitely concur with that. And, I do have to give a tip of the cap to the entire Lady Patriots team, though, Greg, because they came in undermatched. They were up against a tough opponent, and they fought to the very end.
So the Denbigh team gets the MVP. On the road side, home side, goes to Special Bridges, number 12. And she's special. The clock rolls. Final few seconds. We have a running clock right now, folks.
We back out on the football field.
52-12. Heritage with the ball, and they're going to win it by 40.
Wow.
And this game is over, folks. Final score from Heritage High School and Newport News. It was Heritage 52, Denbigh 12. We'll be back after these messages.
Nice up. Take 3. Ready, 1.
Excuse me.
Choice, public education in Virginia. What would you decide?
All right, we're at a final score here. Women's basketball live on Cox Cable 47, 517, and NPSTV.com. Greg Bicaveras, Nate Milton, Jordan Motley, glad you're with us. Of course, Heritage wins by 40. They still need to learn from this, and Denbigh needs to look to the future.
I was going to say, this is something that both teams can learn from. Heritage, while they got the win, they're going to have to tighten up some of this stuff as the season gets tougher and tougher. For Denbigh, though, what we saw is, they've got to go back to the drawing board, retool, and really come out after a valiant effort and find a way to win later on the season.
Jordan, thank you so much for your work as well. All right, that is it. The final score, once again, it is 52-12. Heritage wins it at home. For Nate Milton, I'm Greg Bicaveras. We'll talk to you soon.